Hello everyone, welcome back to Speletons. I'm Zinker, he's Derek, and this is Crash Bandicoot. It's about time.
I was kind of sitting there waiting for you to finish whatever the hell you're saying.
It's 4 a.m. in the morning.
What better time to play Crash for?
Yeah, we have a conversation topic, and of course, boss fight. But you know what? It's fine to talk about this during a boss fight, probably. But we got a cutscene, I think, so. Do we pay attention to cutscenes here? They're not as entertaining as I feel like they should be. Did I just hit something?
Well, they're voiced themselves, so.
That's
I feel like we don't pay attention if it's voiced.
It's pretty true. Oh! Roll credits!
Haha.
Neocortex!
Game done.
This time, everything will go according to my plan.
Oh, actually, honestly, before we get into our conversation topic, this is by far one of the sickest boss fights I've ever fought. Oh, fine. And I died immediately, like a loser.
Damn, looks tough.
It really isn't. So yeah, he's raining down some missiles. Right, look at that. That's a lot of missiles. But it's okay.
Sure,
Alright, so I think I just have to spin. Ooh, I gotta be careful with missiles. He's one better at punching the punch mark one. Alright, here's where it gets sick. Alright, watch. So look, one, you have the ability to slow time at any point. And he just starts going nuts. Nuts with the shit he throws at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at it. Oh. Alright, I'm safe now.
I'm sure there's probably playthroughs of this with people not slowing down time.
Of this boss, I'm sure. You can get through it without slowing down. It's hard as fuck, but you're able to do it. Oh, at least I'm pretty certain you're able to. I'm like, here.
So you gotta be able to.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, I tried my best.
You tried to start from like all the way at the top and just kind of move downward with those.
Yeah, you definitely need to do the mask to get through this game, though. It's impossible without it. A mask is
Let's
to
get
be
through the game, yeah. I meant for this fight, though.
Yeah. Anyhow, I did like this boss fight a lot. I think it's pretty interesting. Alright, now here's where it
Good,
really...
he brought the floor back.
He's hitting all the buttons at once. Alright. I said the title of another one. Oh no!
Of a different game.
Yeah. Okay. That's honestly really hard to. So you know. I'm not even mad at myself. Whoop whoop. Oh! Alright. He tried, but I forgot! The missiles are still coming! Oh! Okay. Alright. Woo! Oh no! Oh no! More missiles! Punchbot, where are you? There he is. Oh my god, he blasts so many missiles. I got him. It's over! I beat him again! He's not the final boss this time. Who would have guessed?
Blasted bandicoots! Must we keep going around and around like this?
What's with scientists not being able to beat animals?
Is this all there is? Forever?
Chat, it's just how it goes.
You think this fan?
Is this all there is forever?
Gloat all you want. I'll quit. If you need me, I'll be on a tropical island somewhere. Alone.
How fortunate. You see, I no longer have needs for our alliance.
Oh.
I found a new partner and a new plan.
You were scheming behind my back?
Of course. The rift generator
You just
has
get dumped.
capabilities beyond your eager imagination. You were content to simply rule over space and time, but I'd rather start from scratch. Erase it all.
You might like
Wipe
this,
the
Derek.
slate clean. I'm going to reset the timeline and rebuild it to my liking. I will become a god, which means you won't exist.
Classic villain.
Neither will those feather-brained masks or those meddling marsupials.
Wiped from it.
Never mind. I guess we don't want about it yet.
Pompous peacock? I'd like to see him try after I shove that tuning fork up his...
But not if we get to him first.
Get it?
A common enemy. Perhaps there's a way out of our endless cycle after all.
Oh.
Okay.
Crash is pure. Oh, I love Crash Bandicoot.
You think there's fan fiction of Cortex and
Why ask the question?
Eggman?
You know. Oh. I thought you were gonna say
they have.
Crash. I was like, why ask the question you already know the answer is yes to? Just wasting everyone's time asking the question.
Well, because they both have the same
Rule
problems.
113B, Derek. If it exists, there's
It makes a lot of sense. Because like
chip
they
of it.
both have the same problems. They're trying to do their evil scientist junk, and then some animal just comes up and is like, I don't think so, Bubby.
Rule 113 made by yours truly. If two people exist, there's a ship of it. Rule 113B, two people exist and there's not a ship of it, there will be. And you just created it, Derek. Maybe. Might already exist.
You're welcome, Internet.
Yeah. Hey, the one person that watches Crash 4, thank you for watching, A. And B, for being the selected individual to create that fan fiction between Dr. Neo Cortex and Dr. Eggman. That has been your duty.
You're welcome. Being cursed.
Alright, can
You're
I
the sole cursed individual.
do this in one go? I don't remember this level at all. Those things are annoying. I remember that. They're also very
They look like they're
floppy.
having a good time.
Yeah, they would appear like that to you, but I don't think they are. Okay.
It looks like they have a good time. They get tired and then have a good time again. They're like, woo. Alright, I'm kind of tired.
Come on.
Oh, they're just.
shit.
Oh, it's just a plant that just like licky.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's really disturbing.
It's a plant going ah.
Me, it's really disturbing. Alright. Go. Oh my god. That's probably how I didn't get the box gem the first time. Ooh, that one's annoying. And there's one up there too. I can't even see that one. God, that's so annoying. Okay. Did I get it all?
I think so.
I think so as well. Never be too sure. Can never be too sure.
So
So,
that topic.
yep, what is it, Derek? What did we talk about prior?
So-
What's the topic?
Well, we talked about Among Us before, and how
Right.
they asked people to not make fan art. Well, not to not make fan art, but to not sell anything, basically.
Right.
And they put out a statement, a tweet, that I don't have up, but I did earlier. What are they called?
Intersoft? Yeah.
I'll find it real quick. Basically, they did what they said they were going to do, and they put out a statement saying, here it is. we've got big plans for Among Us merch, and we can't wait to have you along for the ride. This is not the right thing. Oh, so they put out like an FAQ, a quick FAQ for what what to expect for their own merch store.
Okay.
And they also put as one of the points they put for unauthorized merch. We love fan creations, but unauthorized selling is a legal issue. To ensure quality, gives artists / devs fair pay and protect Innersoft's IP, we'll have to issue takedowns for unlicensed goods. Send links for
Okay.
reporting at Innersoft.com. Thanks for helping.
Okay.
So far, I've only seen a single person talk about this, which is on my Instagram story. So I saw someone who's complaining that that they're basically they're saying like they're gonna take down anything that's not licensed by them.
Right.
So, what do you think?
But what is and
You
isn't
think they're
licensed
still
by
fair?
them? Yeah.
Well,
They're,
they
still
have
fair, whether we like it or not.
looks like they're. Let's see. If you're a creator, you can apply here to be a partnered artist. Check here, dualwieldstudio.com. So it looks like they are partnering with some. They're partnering with artists, and they have a page that you can go to partner with them. Which is a good thing. Which probably. So I want to point out I haven't looked into what they were doing much other than just I saw like that they put out a thing.
Okay.
I didn't actually even read that they put this out. So I think that's good that they are giving people the opportunity to partner with them, which is mutually beneficial, of course.
Yeah.
And probably the better way to go about doing it for them.
I was ultra dead there. Whoa. Yeah, that's actually tough.
Sure.
I never did this bonus level before, by the way, just so people understand. Never. This is actually the first time I did this. I skipped. At this point, I was just like trying to get through the game, to like enjoy it. It was getting annoying to do box gems because the box gems would they would kind of curse you. Wait a second. Something's not right here. How do I get back up here? I don't think I can.
It looks like they it says from what they're saying it says that they've had a lot of artists apply to partner with them too.
I believe there's a lot of stuff saying official Among Us merch, so I feel like that must be.
Well, so that's what this is about, Zinker. Is that they're going to be opening an officially licensed merch store. And it looks to me it looks like I don't know what Dual Wield Studio is, but it looks like they're going to be working with the Innersoft devs development team to create official merch, which I'm and I don't know what. Let me look at Dual Wield Studio and see if I can get anything about any more info about them. Because I don't know anything about them.
That's terrible. Okay, Whew, okay. Really could use
It
the
looks
checkpoint
like
right
Dual
about
Wield
now.
Studio is the same.
Oh. Yeah, You okay there?
It's confusing. I don't know what. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who they are.
No! Oh man.
Okay.
Wait, what are doing that do? Nothing.
Let's see. Independent/small creators. We love our fandom and we want the chance to work together officially. If you're a small creator who is interested in creating merch based on a property we represent, read on. If you, okay, and the properties they represent are Among Us, the Henry Stickmin, and Tamara Pierce. And that's
what?
all they say here.
Okay.
Tamara Pierce.
The fuck is that? Oh, I'm dumb. I can blow those up by just jumping on them. Because I have the time crate. I don't have to lose a fucking whatchamacallit there. Oh, that's dumb. Ooh.
So it looks to me like what they're doing is they're basically allowing creators to apply to basically be create officially licensed merch.
Yep.
So basically, like, they will give you the okay to go ahead and create merch with their official stamp on it, basically. Which looks like a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Of course, this is going to probably lead to plenty of artists that don't, they don't get approved.
Yep.
They said for one thing they're not gonna allow for like adult content.
Okay.
Which makes sense because of the volume of younger people who play their properties.
I hit the switch to rail. I don't know why it didn't. Or do I have to press a different button to switch? Oh. No, yeah, it just didn't work that time. That was weird. That's unfortunate. I mean, chances are I wouldn't have one-shot this anyway, so... I see the hidden gem is there. I don't know how you're supposed to get both. That seems a bit difficult. Probably a point. Alright, I'll try to get both.
I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of instances of people who aren't officially licensed still making merch.
Of course. There is always.
Now while I do think they're from how this looks to me, it looks like they're doing this in a pretty reasonable way to benefit both artists and themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think artists really should have room to complain about how. I don't think artists in general should have room to complain about how. Rip.
Big mad. I don't know if I missed it.
I don't think
here.
artists in general should have room to complain about how Among Us not allowing them to make merch using their property takes away their income. Because if your income is based entirely off of you're relying on someone else's property for your income, I mean, you're kind of setting up a bad business model for yourself in the first place.
I mean, not really. You're relying on a casino for your income.
That's not the same thing.
Well, I don't know. You're technically relying on their property.
It's different for for artists that like. Because for one thing, I looked into the legality of fan art and selling it. And there are, from what I read, there's a lot of very broad legal definitions that are intentionally left broad to leave courts the room to basically have some sort of, or have some, play things by a case by case basis.
Right.
There are plenty of things in it.
That's so annoying. Guess I'm one crate short.
There
Always
are
one
things in
crate
play
short.
to protect. There are things in play to protect the artists as well as the property creators.
Yeah.
I forget where I was going with this.
I don't know. Your main point was it's bad. It's a bad business model for yourself to rely on other people's properties for your income. But I don't think that really holds merit.
Well, you know, it's
That's fine. It's fine when you rely
well
on
because
your income.
most
But you know, I don't think that means it's okay to like steal someone's property without their permission
I don't
or
think it's
their
okay.
money. Like it's
see. That's the thing. I don't think it's okay
yeah, it's
to
not.
do that. But
But I don't. It doesn't. I don't think it keys into that point you make where relying on other people's income is like bad.
Let's see how
Or
these
sorry,
prehistoric
relying on other
fight
people's
my
income is so.
blasters and
Really, there's a
set
bot.
them.
Fuck you, game.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm more saying it seems like you're saying it seems like an easy way to set yourself up to fail.
I don't know. I don't think that's true either, because there's a lot of ways to be like extremely profitable about
Because
that.
if you're so for one, there are ways, Zinker, but for the most part, being an artist relying on someone else's property to make money, there's almost no situation where what you're doing is like illegally in your own favor too. For one thing,
Well, who
There is if
now?
they agree to it, as a sort of thing.
they have to agree to it. Yes, you can with any property, you can basically go to them and say, hey, would you allow me to make and sell fan art from your property? To which they can say yes or most likely no. And if they say no and you do it anyways,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if the most
if you-
likely say no is true.
from what I read, that's most likely what happens. Is that they will tell you no, you can't make and sell stuff.
I think
It's a question more of if you still do it anyways, are you still gonna even get caught?
I don't understand. How am I supposed to hit that if that doesn't get me to where I need to go? That like should get me. Yeah.
It's forward a bit.
Is it? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's a little further up.
Did I? Oh wow, I got it. I don't know if that. I don't know if it was though. So
Yeah, it was.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Can you?
I don't. There's from what I read, because I actually spent like an hour earlier reading about like the copyright laws and what constitutes like legal sale of fan art and whatnot, and like what you can't do, which is, after an hour I still don't have a great idea of it, because it's not very clear.
In general, if you make
just
fan
because-
art, I can give a decent summary, I think. In general, if you make fan art, the property belongs to them, thereby you can't sell it. The art belongs to you, thereby they can't sell it, unless you both agree to do that. So if they were to take your fan art you made, yeah, that is correct. I know that for a fact.
There's weird things with trademarks where they can possibly, if you there's a weird case. I'm not entirely sure what the specifics are, and this was on an article that wasn't very. This article was by an artist, so I don't know how well informed they were on it. They were talking about how they received they basically were told to take down some art that they drew of some 1960s Chevrolet muscle cars. And they were told specifically to take it down because a bot from that was hired, that was basically hired from Chevrolet,
Right.
found the search keywords, or found in the items or in the drawing description, that it was a specific model of a car.
Okay.
And so it automatically sent that to them.
Okay.
And so they ended up taking it down.
Right.
But along with that, they said that if you, or in some cases where you basically use someone else's trademark, which in this case was the name of the car.
Yeah.
The company that owns the trademark can possibly claim it as their property.
I'm
not entirely sure about that.
I don't think it would apply into the scenario they were speaking of. If you redrew someone's symbol, that is the only way I could see that being the case.
Ooh, I've never tried a
Well, in this case, they would have had specific features to that vehicle.
Much to learn.
They probably also had on there specific features to that vehicle, like logos and whatnot.
Just because the logo's on it doesn't mean it's okay. That definitely seems like I feel trademark. First off, that's a trademark.
We are not lawyers. We're not
giving legal advice. Most important thing that you or a lawyer can do. We're not giving legal advice.
Yes.
I am still relatively certain though that you would not be able to that they would not be able to claim the fan art.
It doesn't sound right. Property is so. I also just want to point. I'm just gonna say this in general. Intellectual property is fucking weird with the rights. Never forget, there's a chimpanzee somewhere that owns the rights to a selfie it took.
To a what?
It owns the rights to a selfie that it pressed the button to take. There was a photographer who basically handed a phone to a phone camera to a chimpanzee, and the chimpanzee ended up taking a selfie of him and the chimpanzee.
That was horrible.
And after a fucking shit ton of legal battles, a court ruled that photographer did not own the rights to that photo, and he also couldn't. I don't think he could profit off it either. This actually really screwed over the photographer.
But the chimpanzee took the photo.
The chimpanzee took the photo, and that chimpanzee owns the rights to that photo.
Yep. So how did the chimpanzee sue that? I don't understand.
It didn't. I think it was the zoo that it was either the zoo or some animal rights groups.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah. No, it's honestly it's funny, but it's also kind of not, because that poor photographer just got really screwed over.
Yeah.
Because of some crazy people. I'm pretty sure. I honestly think it was an animal rights group that did it.
I can see it.
I'm gonna look that up because I want to know for sure now.
I just want to blast that guy. Thank you. All right. But the thing about trademarks, they are different from copyright. I think if you drew the peer symbol. Oh, it's PETA? That makes a lot of sense, actually.
PETA.
Well, you know what? I'll give them a good job. Again, they aren't really helpful, but at least it's fucking funny. Honestly, if PETA just said, we just did that for the memes to see if we could do it, I'd be like, I respect that. Even if they didn't, I honestly respect that they accomplished it.
This man estimated he lost 11,000 euros.
That's a
because
lot.
of this.
Wow. But that's probably because of the legal fees.
No, it's because of let's see. Fuck, I just had it. As a result of the pictures being available on Wikipedia, he had lost 11,000 euros.
PETA did it. It went for that though. That's horrible. I guess Wikipedia must have paid him for it. Anyhow, that's not intellectual properties. That is copyright. That's just copyright.
This is copyright, yeah.
There's a difference. Trademarks are different than copyrights.
Trademarks are different than copyrights, yes, but they're both intellectual properties.
Right. But the fan art drawn of the cars, that would not be just a trademark. The trademark would be the symbols on the cars. Yeah, it's both. So they shouldn't be able to legally claim that art under in any capacity. I am reasonably certain of that. Again, not legal advice, not a lawyer, but I am reasonably certain of that. But again, not legal advice, because I don't want to get sued for giving not correct legal advice.
See, that's the thing is copyright law would say that man owns unless the person who drew the car.
Would not. Oh, the car?
It would say that, yeah, it would say that he owns the drawing of the car, but he doesn't own the trademarks.
Correct.
Actually, hang on. I found the article that I was looking at before that has, I believe this was written by someone. This is written by a legal person.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't see.
Yeah, no, they own the fan art. They don't own the car. The car itself is copywritten, and they don't own. They wouldn't own.
It's trademark.
No, the car is also copywritten. You wouldn't be able to use the design of that car in something either, even if you dipped all the.
I guess, yeah.
If you dipped all the trademarks,
yeah.
The trademark on that car would be the word like Hyundai or the symbol for a Hyundai. That would be the trademark. The copyright would be the actual design of the car itself, the drawing itself, a picture itself. That's all copyright. If you just redrew like the Starbucks logo, I think that's what they mean when they say they could legally claim that, because that's just their logo. That's just their trademark.
It's a big reason why when you a lot of fan art in general, they for fan art you can't put like the logo of a game on like the fan art anywhere.
Correct.
Like if you buy like a shirt that has like fan art on, you can't.
I tried to print a Ruby shirt for one of my ex-best friends for her birthday that she drew, and I couldn't because Ruby was trademarked. And they told me if you ditched the words, that shirt would be fine. Even though it was of those characters, it was basically like you wouldn't be able to be like, oh, that's that's Ruby. It's like a fucking loophole.
So from what I did read, you can circumnavigate copyright if it's drawn in a different style.
I do invert.
Or if it's drawn in a different form. It can still be the same character, but you can draw a copywritten character as long as you draw them in a different style.
Yes and no, I think. But circumvent it. It has to circumvent it.
Yeah. Yeah.
In theory, yes.
To basically get around copyright law.
You could face a legal battle, but I was buying a one-time shirt from Custom Ink. I was not gonna face a legal battle, nor were they realistically.
Someone did also ask if they asked Innersloth if they were allowed to do one-to-one commissions.
They said no.
They said, well, I mean, you're not. Yeah, they said, well, I mean, no, but we're not gonna see it if it's one-to-one.
Yeah, That, like, yeah.
So
You're probably not gonna face like a legal thing there.
they're like, yeah, they're like realistic, or they're like, please don't, but like realistically, what are we gonna do?
I feel like that one is kind of like a who fucking cares, you know? No, cause like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who fucking cares? Like,
I also, I was trying to find an answer earlier too for the relation between cosplay and fan art.
Should be about the same, right?
I believe cosplay is constituted as a type of fan art, which would mean it would be subject to copyright law.
Oh, I don't think I ever
Copyright,
stated that was not the case. Yeah, it should be. I'd probably be stated the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Without
you
circumvention.
say that as being different from like them not wanting to have people, basically sell fan art of their or like sell fan art of their.
I said
their
from
brand.
a moral standpoint, yeah, it would definitely be different. Legality is, well, not always, but it's different from morality and stuff. It's
Yes,
something.
yeah.
It's something I don't think they should prevent. Like, besides, I guess I could see protecting the brand for like adult costumes and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess, but that's about it.
Because I guarantee no cosplayers who are currently selling, currently or planning to sell Among Us prints, are going to ever stop.
Well, the thing is, and this is
but they would
actually an
technically be
interesting
going
point.
against what they're asking.
Innersloth might not be going over those circumventions. Innersloth might not be able to stop stuff like that as long as they don't reference they're from Among Us. The simple little bean-like designs are pretty simple. That's even harder. Like I said, even just like some stuff like like draw like that Ruby shirt. They were just drawn in a different pose. You could arguably say they were not those characters. You argued pretty well. You'd be good. If you argue not so well, you could face legal trouble still. I think Innersloth would be at a disadvantage in those types of cases, but I'm not entirely certain.
Yeah.
Again, not legal.
They're also Innersloth is also a very small company, though they have recently acquired the money to be able to hire lawyers. Due to the success of Among Us suddenly.
Yep. Oh my god.
So the article that I found that I may or may not have been written by a legal person, was talking about, they said at the beginning, at a Comic-Con in Portland, they got to talk with some comic artists about questions of law they had, and most of it was about like, basic people in the building selling, prints of fan art that they drew of other properties, and for this for the purpose of this article, they used Batman as an example a lot for what you can and can't do, like for like in relation to like drawing Batman. But
oh my god! Fuck the ice physics! God damn it. Okay.
So, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say now.
I also forgot what you were gonna say.
One of the things that they said in here too, which I don't know really what this has to do with our argument, but I'm gonna say it anyways.
Okay.
Because we keep talking about copyright, is copyright law has a doctrine called fair use that, in the name of free speech, protects certain uses that would otherwise be an infringement. To find protection in fair use, a second work, of course, being a fan art, must be an artistically transformative use of the first, not have a great economic impact on the first,
right,
and not take too much of the first. So it would have to like a new version. It says here a new version. It has to be very transformative. Or a good piece of fan art is very transformative, giving us a new version of a familiar character. So something like that could, I guess that's just saying in general. But so if you draw them like with like a slightly different design, you know, that kind of benefits to fair use. In the case of Among Us, if you draw like a bean astronaut, with like a little more personality to it, or like, you know, if you drew like, because people were asking like, what if I draw my OC as a
Think
like
of it,
Among
think
Us
of it this
astronaut?
way, because I know a lot of people who've played Among Us have seen like Among Us animations. You know those super high def like anime astronauts? Yeah, those would be fine in all regards.
Yeah.
And Intersoft, I don't think would be able to stop those. Almost not again.
Yes.
Not legal advice. Pretty solid on that statement.
Almost
though.
yes. Not legal advice, but it'd probably be fine, because the way that this works too, you don't. It's not like if you have one of these things going for you, you should be safe.
Most likely. I always will depend on the lawyers and
like
stuff.
Second thing was the economic impact, which would be you know, like the economic impact likely is not going to favor the artist, because more likely than not, if you're selling any sort of art, they probably could have sold the same art for the same price, or like a version of their own art for the same price. You know, if you buy a $20 poster from a you know, a fan made poster, they probably could have sold a $20 poster themselves.
Right.
So that more likely than not, economic impact is not something that's ever going to protect you, unless you're just like selling stuff dirt cheap.
One-on-ones.
You're probably not making much money if at all. One-to-ones, that's the one case it does.
That's probably not the
Because,
one
like,
case it does. That is the you know.
That's one of the fewer.
That's the easiest example.
That's one of the fewer cases it does. Yeah. Yeah, because it's such a small impact.
Oh no!
A single person buying it.
I would have perfect that run. Ah! A Boogaloo! Derek, a Boogaloo. Never forget.
And of course, not taking too much from the first one is basically just, you know, not copying like an existing drawing.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe, you know, I think if you were like
Fuck you! I should have made that jump.
like if you drew Batman in a pose that he's been in before in like their style, but you change his utility belt to have like hot dogs instead of his normal things.
Actually, that's
You're still not safe.
that might be safe under what you've described to me.
Not, it's like I said, fair use is also very, like I said earlier, fair use is kind of left as as a legal definition to be somewhat subjective.
Of course.
So it's of course. So more likely than not, if DC sued you over your drawing of Batman in an exact style and pose that they've drawn him in before, but with hot dogs on his utility belt, you're gonna lose that. Unless you can find some way to screw that. I was gonna say, unless you can find some way to squeak that into parody law, and even still, you're probably gonna lose that. Because they have the money and the lawyers.
Just for that reason in general, I think.
They did also say here though that DC has, while they could go after lots of people, for the most part they don't bother because they've decided it's in their best business interest to let it go.
That's believable.
For one thing, they don't get a bad rep for being assholes about their property.
Yeah.
For another thing, you know, if someone goes to a convention and buys, you know, a Batman print, that same person also probably went to see The Dark Knight like 5 times. You know, they have several officially licensed things too. You know, like they probably are already making money off this person, and all you're doing by letting you sell stuff with like all they're doing by letting you sell your Batman prints is keeping people interested in their property, which will ultimately likely benefit them anyways.
Yep.
So bigger companies, it really does not. A lot of them won't go after you for drawing their stuff because for drawing and selling prints of their stuff because like they're probably making money anyways.
Yeah, I believe that like strongly. It's usually probably not with
Dude,
legal battle.
cosplay and like fan arts is like probably one of the best like advertisements you can have.
Yeah, it's literally it's free. That was something that I actually think I studied. Shit, did I study that for what did I study that for? I think I learned that from fucking microeconomics of all goddamn things. I can't believe I'm remembering that. Yeah, that's literally called like I don't remember what it's called, but it's like
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate. That's what it's called. But with ads. It's probably more in your benefits just to let it go a lot of the times.
I mean, yeah.
It might be different for Innisoft just because they're indie, but I don't know.
That's why people that's why I think people have been like very receptive of them being like, hey, no selling stuff with like our property.
I hate this game and it's bull. How am I missing one again? Fuck.
I think that's why people have been receptive of them saying like no selling our stuff.
No selling
is
our
because
stuff.
they're indie.
That's
and they're also they didn't have a merch store yet. So one of the thoughts that this gave me though is, they're indie now, but Among Us has been successful. If they do something else big that's successful, they could easily grow. They honestly, even just with Among Us being successful, they could grow more to be able to make like bigger property or bigger games and.
I think they might fumble it. More. Honestly, I
wouldn't be surprised. Not because of anything against them specifically, but just because it's an indie team of like 2 or 3 people. It'd still be a lot of work and take a lot of right decisions to become something bigger.
Yeah, it's only because they really need to jump on updating Among Us to keep the interest in. It's probably kind of close to its peak right now. Actually, it's
I
on
don't
a
think it's
decline
going to
for
be a
me.
long-lived game. Obviously,
I think
it's been out for a while.
People are underestimating how long it'll stay around for, but they need to like get new stuff in there continuously if they want to keep it going.
Yeah.
That
if they keep pumping out new stuff to keep people into it, I think they can keep people hooked. But they really gotta like do that, which would mean hiring on more people, probably, honestly, or at least like getting more people to.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to hire new people. Like, they will need to do that. Like
they're gonna have to grow.
They need to get that Stickman map out in like the next month. I think that's being generous. I feel like they probably should have had it already by now at this point. For the benefit of themselves, not I fucking need it. We've played this game kind of late. We'll probably still play it for a bit. But yeah, I think they're really gonna need They really just need to keep it growing. If they don't do that, I don't think it's I think it's gonna die down on them. Oh fucking what? All right, well that's unfortunate.
Oh no, my leg is cramping.
I would honestly like to see that game. What's up?
My leg is cramping, and I might have to call out work tomorrow because it does that when I get dehydrated. And I might wake up tomorrow just feeling like death.
Baby.
I definitely did not drink as much water as I should have today.
I don't know if you're actually a baby. I don't know what the fuck's with your leg. But,
This happened once before, a little after we reopened, because with having masks, I get dehydrated a lot faster because I have to shout, which dries out my mouth faster.
right.
You know, just because you exhale water, like water particles.
Right.
And when you if anyone who's ever been to a party or like a concert or something like that, when you yell a lot, you get dehydrated faster. And I also don't drink as much water at work because they've made it a pain in the ass to have to drink water at work.
That last one sounds like an excuse. I feel like
when we drink water, when we get a drink at work, Zinker, we have to get a cup, have our drink right then and there, and then throw it away. We can't have open containers anywhere. If you're not allowed to set down an open container. So it's just hard. It's just a pain in the ass to actually go and like get a drink of water, because I also don't want to go through, you know, why? Well, we have like tiny bottles of water. I don't want to go through like 7 tiny bottles of water and waste all that plastic and shit.
I don't know how to react to that, honestly. I'm literally a reactionist on that one.
I swear
honestly, I think for my own sanity, I have to assume you're just somehow wrong about that statement.
it's literally it's the truth. And you wonder why I went and bitched to my manager for 22 minutes about a break.
I just think that Derek, I don't wonder why. I feel like Derek, I feel like you would have done that if he gave you a fair break.
I don't think he did. That's why I did it.
That break
I have
in
not had a
particular.
30-minute break since then, because they give me 35.
Every time? Wow.
I have not. I have. Other managers have been giving me 35 too. I don't know if that's a coincidence or if it's because he like told him about how I bitched at him.
That's kind of funny.
Either way, I don't care. To me, it feels like a major win, because as a base level employee, getting anything back from the managers is like a huge accomplishment.
Boy, we would have a conversation about breaks. If I was quite kind of peeved among me being miserable today, because if they schedule someone for 7.5 hours, they don't give them like a break. What no, they might not give them a
At
break.
all?
They might give them a 15. Yeah, at all.
Just a 15?
Legally, if you work 7.5 hours,
When do they eat?
you don't even need a 15. We don't have to give you nothing. Legally speaking. That doesn't matter, by the way. In terms of being right or something, like, or being nice.
Yeah, just because that's the law doesn't mean it's right.
You know, and
Morally.
honestly, if it were 7.5 hours, and that were the end of it, I think I would be, ooh, do I want to do JETBOARD Jetty? I want to do some level, but like, I'm trying not to like last forever on these. I don't want to progress in the story at this point. Doesn't feel right. You know what? I'll do, yeah. Yeah, what was I saying? Whatever, I'll do this one inverted. So, however, the thing is, if technically speaking, by legal law, if they work 7 hours, 31 minutes, they should have gotten a 30. Unless they deny, I think you can deny it on your own. I don't remember what the fuck you have to do.
Yeah.
I think you need to do
Yes,
a written
you can.
agreement to it.
They'll probably want a written agreement so they can prove that you in fact did
Yeah.
say that
Now,
you will take.
Okay.
Yes.
The problem is, right? You know, most workplaces they
Mhm.
encourage you to come in 10 minutes early or something. So if you're scheduled 7.5 hours,
They sure encourage me to.
well, yeah. So this actually probably wouldn't apply to you. You would actually cuck yourself out of a 30 illegally. At my place.
Zinker, if I worked at your place, I'd come in a single minute early.
That's just kind of lame.
That's what I'd do.
that.
At my work, Zinker, at my work, I come in exactly on time. If I'm any earlier,
And you know, Derek,
I
actually,
stick
let me
around.
wait, hold on. I want to finish my break story here. All right, because this is
Okay.
if you work, first off, you work since we have that where people come in like a minute early, they should technically be given half an hour. So already, like that kind of like makes me a little pissy.
I assure you, I would be anal about this if I would. Too.
I am anal about this.
If I came in a minute early, if I was there for what I'm saying is if I was there for 7 hours and 31 minutes, I would be anal about getting that half hour.
As was one of my team members today, and I don't think it was wrong for them. So, although I told them truthfully, you're not gonna be here.
You gotta protect yourself.
Yeah, I was like, truthfully, you're not gonna be here for too long. And he's like, actually, he was telling me this at the end of the night. Like, actually, I came here at, something, whatever. He came in at 12 to 7:30. So he's like, actually, I came in at 11:50 today. I said, it's 7:15 right now and you're leaving. He's like, yeah, okay. But, cause I wasn't truthfully too concerned about that in particular. Like him not getting like a fair enough break. Because I knew he would ooh. Oh god, that's gross.
What are you doing?
Oh, those are metal.
Over there?
Those are metal. I did not realize those were metal. That was what happened there, in case you're wondering.
I see.
It's hard to talk. Oh. Nah, I'm good actually.
Oh.
I really tried. I really did. Anyhow, this employee is often, this team member is often really good and stuff, though. As I feel about a lot of my team members in general, especially right now, because we're in winter times.
Me too.
Most of our good ones. What? That doesn't seem right.
I said, I'm also a good employee.
This one, as I said, came 10 minutes early today, just because, well, you know, we say to come 10 minutes early, so he's here, sometimes even earlier than that. Really stand out. So he asked about the break. He asked about the break earlier, the day before, and again during the PM shift after the other managers who don't really care about the breaks. God, they should not be allowed to make the break list. I shouldn't have let them. He asked food and bev manager if he was getting a break. Although it would appear that he was unaware that there was going to be a 15-minute break. He did expect 15 at you know, so because we don't have to give those, and honestly for the winter ones we don't typically give them anymore. We really should have them on a day like that because it's kind of busy. There are definitely times in the winter where it might, I don't actually think it's that necessary. It's like because if you need a break, you can ask for one, and we can probably get you one because it's that level of busy. You know, like. And I've always, for the most part, said that like, if you need a break, just ask, and we'll probably get you one. We'll probably get you one, if possible. There have been times we've gotten surprisingly busy and stuff, but I don't think that's frequent enough where it's that spooky, you know. Anyhow, because he was asking about it, and he's a standout team member, so I was like, hey, we don't. I told the food and bev manager to go to our manager only channel. I said, hey, so we legally do not need to give him 15. I think if you can manage it, you definitely probably should. You know, I told him stuff like that. I look out for my team members that are really good and help me out a lot. You know, because they help me out a lot.
That's what.
And they're
why
good.
the managers that I actually work with frequently do try to help me out with stuff like that and make sure like they can be. I do have to fight with them on occasion, but for the most part they're somewhat reasonable because I'm the good employee.
Yup.
There's a lot of asshole managers at my work too.
Yeah. I'm not a manager. Apparently getting a new assistant food and bev manager. I was like, good, because if it was attractions, I'd look for a new job, I think. Truthfully,
Yeah, no, that's fair.
that's what I expect to happen.
That's why I also stopped. That's also why I stopped. That's why I stopped caring so much at my work too. It's because I know I'm never gonna move up.
Yeah. I'm never gonna move up.
Why do anything
I can't move up, and I don't think I can move up until my sis leaves. And once that happens too, I still don't think I'll. Yeah, at that point, that could be years, 8 years. The other one was there. I don't know how long she'll be there for. And even then, ate my jump, by the way. Don't know what that was about. Super weird. Seems like I didn't even really land on that. I don't know what the fuck. Even at that point, I don't know if I would get it. Like, I don't know if I would actually get the position. There's no I already honestly probably should be a manager, just in general, IMO, but IMO.
I mean, in my opinion, I should stuff at my work, but
IMO of a lot of the people there as well, but really well appreciated there. So I still don't know if I might get cut for all I fucking know. I don't know if I will or not. Top of all the stuff I have to deal with, I have to figure out that. So you know, that's fun.
yeah.
What's up?
I said yeah, but in like a really like kind of defeatist way.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you saying before? I think you were saying something before.
We were talking about copyright and stuff. God damn it. That's how far back I have to go?
We were talking about breaks.
Oh, yeah. We're becoming a manager. Yeah.
You were like, I feel like you were telling a story about breaking.
Yeah. There's a 15-minute
I know
break.
finished it or not.
I did, yeah, basically. I got him a 15 because he's a very good team member. That, you know, always shows up extremely early. Come on, game. What the fuck? Like,
I don't work for free. I show up at the time I'm supposed to
what the
start.
fuck? You get paid for it? Do you think you don't get paid for it?
If I show up 7 minutes before so I'm allowed to clock in 7 minutes before, up to 7 minutes before I start. Because of how our quarters work.
Oh, you do that weird thing
if
where
I
you get
clock
paid
in
by 15 or something. Or
if I clock in at, so I start work at 4, if I clock in at 3:52, I'll get paid for the for between 3:45 and 4, and then I'll also get, and then at 3:53 I'll get paid for starting at 4. So I have to clock in at the earliest at 3:53, and I'm supposed to no later than 4. So, but because of where I work, I have to, when I get there, I have to go to our cashier cage and get a drawer for the day.
Okay.
Like a like a cash drawer.
Okay.
And then at the end of the day I turn it in. But so I don't usually get to where I actually work. So it takes about like 8 minutes between walking in the door and getting up to where, or getting a drawer and getting up to where I'm supposed to be. So I should be there at like probably like 4:08ish, you know, with how I clock in at exactly 4. Yeah, I usually dick around for like 7 minutes and then I go up. So I get there at like 4:15, up where I'm supposed to be.
So you may wait, but don't you
When I say
replace
dick
someone?
around, I mean yeah.
So you're also the asshole that keeps the person there.
No,
And make
because
them-
they're usually once they're not stupid, they schedule them until 5. So with just an hour overlap. Because they know that it takes time to both get up there and to leave. It doesn't mean they always do it. Zinker, I could come in and be up there right at 4. I could be upstairs ready to go at 4. I could come in at 3:53, clock in at the earliest possible moment, get a drawer, and be up there right at 4.
Yeah,
But it doesn't matter because my coworker still has to go downstairs and they have to take care of the drawer at the end of the day, and they're not going to leave 13 minutes late anyways.
If they
That's
left
why
at
we don't
4,
do that.
but they could
So
leave.
it doesn't affect that.
They could leave.
They can't
potentially
leave
15
until I
minutes
get
earlier.
upstairs.
They can't leave until you get upstairs. Yeah.
No, they can't because I'm not upstairs yet.
What do you mean?
So even if I get upstairs right at 4 p.m., I walk in at 4 p.m., they walk out at 4 p.m., they go downstairs to turn in their drawer,
Okay.
which also takes at least 8 minutes.
Okay, so if you got there at
So-
4:15, do they have to take the 8 minutes to sit afterwards? Go take care of the drawer?
Well, yes, in which case they're leaving
So,
at probably
yes,
they're
you are.
clocking out
So
around
your statement
4:20
is,
or
so
4:30.
your thing is in fact delaying them, is what we're clarifying.
No, Zinker, because they're scheduled till 5.
Right, but they could leave early if you just got there.
But they're not gonna.
They're not gonna leave earlier than 5, but they could leave earlier than they get to.
Why are they leaving earlier, Zinker? They're scheduled till 5.
Okay. In this situation, so do they stay up there to 5?
Well, they stay up there till about like 4:30, 4:45ish.
Okay.
So they can go down, so they can take care of their drawer and be clocked out at 5.
Either or.
Don't get me wrong, it's annoying to have to wait that little extra time because I have to do it too sometimes.
Yeah.
I have to do it most of the
sounds
time,
like
actually. But you know what? I don't care. You forget that I don't care about my coworkers.
all right.
They're assholes. I can make their life a little
Same.
more miserable. Well, it makes mine just a little better.
Yeah. Oh, fuck this game. All right. Next time on Speletons. That was
It doesn't- Zinker,
fantastic.
honestly,
Next
you know,
time
one more
on
thing.
Speletons.
One more thing. One
Oh
more
my
thing.
god.
No, one more thing.
Hurry up. You got 20 seconds.
It's better for me to do this because they usually leave without getting all their work done anyways. So I keep them up there for a little bit longer. Give them a little more time to finish their work.
Next time
That's all I
on
have to do.
Speletons. Bye-bye.
I'm a great worker.
Okay.